We're going to be open plan really soon. Oh, I think he's coming round. It's probably safer. Probably safer way of doing it. Oh look, just like a door. There's got to be a door just there. Oh. There it goes. Superpower, you see? Destruction. It's being neat, especially because he's on camera. It's not usually this careful. Oh, you folded that one. Yay! Just doing a bit of an update now. It's with a lot's happened since last time. I can't quite remember what was going on, but I know I've been really tardy and not done a video like I should have done, so I do apologise. But I did want to do a video today because the builders, well, we had one builder on Friday to come in and help us with the pergola. And then hopefully they should be starting on Monday. So thought we'd run you through the house so you can see what's happened before they start. And I'm expecting a lot more progress once we get them on board. It'll be a lot more expensive, but hopefully it'll be a lot faster. Anyway, let me give you, Mark just said there's a lot more of them, and there are, and they have more muscles, so we're hoping for big things. Anyway, I'll give you a bit of a tour around, and you can see where we're at. This is what's been happening. As you can see now, all of the concrete has come up from all the way around the house. So we've moved the carpet from that piece of lawn because that's where we're going to be piling some of the dirt from the earthworks. But as you can see, all the way along here, off the edge of the carpet, all the way along there, this is all basically going to have be scraped by the digger to lower the level of the house. And then all the way along there, that's my pile of topsoil and some debris. The fig's coming on a treat, and behind that you can now see where the shed is, and that's where we're keeping all our materials and tools for the minute. And then this is our concrete and our debris pile and scaffolding and everything we need on site, which is a bit of a mess. Anyway, I've given up standing there, which was the gate entrance, because really it's not functional anymore. So we'll be starting the videos from now on, probably from the carport, which is what I'm standing on, which is actually being renamed the yard. We're going to sort of use it as a bit of a terrace type patio area with sheds and a greenhouse. We were going to take it up, but we've decided actually that, well, given the cost of taking it up was quite exorbitant, plus the fact that actually it could be quite a useful piece of hard surface, given that the rest of it will be gravel and permeable surface, we thought we might leave it for projects and building things and stuff like that. But this is my little garden. This was, if you remember, we had some volunteer seedlings that came up in that pot, which had some compost in, the compost from the apartment. And so that one hasn't ever made it out of the pot, but I transplanted another one and put it in the garden, and it has gone absolutely off. It's gone mad. So it's all the way around there, and this is just literally in a couple of weeks that it's done this. And let me see if I can find it. If you look under here, we've even got, oh, here we go, there we go, I missed it. We've even got little pumpkins, and then there's another one over there. Oh, it's in my shadow. That's no good, is it? Oh, it's no good. The sun's in the way. There we go. So you can see there's even another little one there. So yeah, it's heading off to China, I think. I don't know where it's going, but anyway, we've let it be. And then you'll also see this is that volunteer tomato that was in the planter bed when we removed it all, and I put it over here. And it has been growing lots of lovely tomatoes. Hopefully you can see those. Now I'm also hopeful that there'll be enough time for them to ripen before the end of summer. But we will see. Otherwise there could be a very small bottle of green tomato chutney in the offing. So we've still got our, we've got a couple of little lemons over there. Each one has one lemon on it. So we want to wait and see what that turns out to be like. And then we have these two trees here which have sort of been planted intermingled. And there's one tree there that has, I don't know if you can see it, a couple of whatever they are. We're thinking maybe tangerines or oranges. And then there's another tree here which has a little, whoop, falling over, has a little collection of fruit there. So again, waiting to see what they turn out to be. Very excited. But the house is looking great. So this is going to be our new entrance next to the fig tree. So I should probably come at the house from here. So you'll come down this path, not next to concrete, but anyway. And then there'll be a bit of a pergola there and a patio out here, the double doors. And then you'll actually walk down here, and then you'll walk into the conservatory, which will be here where the green mat is. You'll walk in here to the conservatory, and then there will be a front door to the house just there. Going through there, that's where the front door will be. So you'll be going in there. But anyway, at the moment it's just a bit of wall, so we have to go in here. But as you'll be able to see, it's all quite open plan now. So yeah, it looks so small now all the walls are down. But anyway, we've got a wheelbarrow in the living room, and what we've also done is taken all the jib off where there was jib. The rest of the walls that are solid, that's because they're solid plaster. But there's obviously the window sizes have been adjusted here, and we think that that was probably where the front door was originally, and that's been framed in. It's got insulation in it, which leads us to think it's the 1995 renovation where that's been done. And the wood's all in really quite good nick. Oh, actually I should just show you. So if you see that type of wood there, that's the 1995. And then you look at this wood here, you can see that that is the original 1950s build. It's quite different wood, and that is 1950s as well. So when we did that, it's quite interesting that we've noted that this large laundry that's been added, you can see has got new framing. So somebody obviously in 1995 decided that what this house really needed was a really large second laundry. Anyway, that's all going. Part of that's going to be a second bedroom, and the rest of it, this end, is going to be part of the kitchen. There's not much kitchen left now, and very soon it'll be going completely. This is the sewing room and pantry, but at the moment it's just jib storage, so I will show you the room, but again, not much to be seen because it's just literally jib everywhere. But again, you'll see there's that modern 1995 framing around the side walls. Oh, Collie, for some reason, try not to fall over. But then when you can see down there, it's got the original 1950s framing. So not quite sure what was going on here. But up here you can see there's a solid concrete beam. Runs all the way along there, and also, hopefully you can see, also along there there's a solid concrete beam as well. And then we think that over there, potentially, given that that looks like a window frame, there may have been a picture window that looked out south before the subdivision was done, which we think is why all this framing has been put in place to sort of close in the picture window. And whether that door was original or not, I'm not really sure. But anyway, you can see here that we've got this framing on. This is the original outside of the house. And then there was some 1950s framing put on, or, well, certainly older framing put on to do a bit of an extension, which would have been probably a little later than when the house was built. But we're not quite sure when this extension was put on, so that's a bit of a mystery. And there's nothing in the records that tells me when it was done. So probably we'll never know. And then you can see we've got some beautiful wallpaper. Again, we think maybe 1950s. And then again, they've decided that to close in this window area. So that is all. I'll back up and try not to fall over anything. You can see here that this is all 1995 framing with insulation apart from these two little bits of stone, sort of masonry walls there. I think maybe this area would have had an enormously large window in it, I think. But who knows. Anyway, so we're going down the corridor. It's all a bit open now, so we probably don't need to go into every room. The bathroom is pretty much how it was. We've taken up some of the tiles, but until we get the plumbing and the water turned off, we can't really strip out the bathroom. The toilet here we're leaving contained because obviously we're using it as a toilet. And then this is the back bedroom. Oh look, they're both hard at work. Good job, you two. Good pair of legs, both of you. So here we've got, this must have been an old window which they filled in at some point, and that's where the bookshelf was. The rest of it are these masonry walls, but the plaster was sort of, seemed to be falling off. And when we looked at it, what they've actually done is they've actually wallpapered it and then plastered over the top of the wallpaper. So given that the walls were all damp...
I don't think they did that all in one go.
No, they didn't do it in one go. But given that the walls were all damp, as you can see there from the... They were all mouldy and damp and everything. The wallpaper had got all soft and come away from the walls, which meant that the plaster was sort of loose on top. So this is what we're doing at the moment, or these two are doing. They're pulling it right back to the original plaster, so that then we can put plaster properly on top of the plaster and cut out the damp wallpaper in between. So yes, there's several layers of wallpaper. There's a nice mauve number, isn't there? And then there's something else that has got a leaf pattern on it. So yeah, very interesting. And then these are the wardrobes, which have now been sort of cleared through. And that's the master bedroom. As you can see here, there's some framing, the 1995 renovation framing. So we imagine that these windows must sort of be in the corner and up to the top. They must have been sort of cool, trendy windows, 1950s style. And then when they did the 1995 renovation, they've reduced the size of them. Well, look, I can even poke through windows, through the walls now. Like over here, they've basically taken them from the top, which would have been large windows, and put smaller windows in. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm sort of taking this video so that we've got a record of how the house was and all the stages, but also what's underneath. So when we put all the jib and the walls back, we'll be able to see what was actually here. So in this room, as you can see, again, they've done this technique where they've put the original 1950s framing on the walls, and we think that's because there's pipework in the walls, and then they've lined it with jib board, plasterboard. We're hoping to get rid of this framing, and the plumbing doesn't need to come through here now, it's not a laundry. And we're hoping we can just plaster these walls, which will give us a precious few inches in this bedroom. The bedroom will basically go out to the second wall, not this small laundry space here. But difficult to, I'll try and, obviously you won't be able to envisage it. It's only me that can really see it in my head. So we'll wait until it all comes together, and then you'll be able to see how the walls sit. So all very exciting and moving forward. We bought all of the light fittings yesterday, so that was very exciting and very expensive. And then also we've been looking at tiles, and they're all quite disappointing because Kiwi tiles, they haven't quite got the hang of the fact that people are living in smaller places now. So all the tiles are really quite big and would just drown this place. In each of our rooms we'd only need about 4 tiles to cover the floor. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Still on the hunt. We've exhausted 2 tile shops. There's only 1 left in New Zealand, so we'll try the 3rd tile shop, and hopefully we can find something we like there. Anyway, I'll say goodbye for now, and see you in the next update.